those days, Tyson, Holyfield, Lewis, Moore, Bo, we made a lot of money. 33.33% is taken away because that's what the manager is supposed to get. Then a promoter takes 25%. Then the trainer takes 10%. Okay? Now, with all those percentages being taken out, so that's what? 50, 60, 63%? That's a lot. That's over half of your 63% of your money is gone already. Then you have to pay taxes on top of the money before you dish it out. So you're always going to be broke because your manager is always going to keep picking up the slack. And once the manager keeps picking up the slack, you're going to keep owing him. So he gets the paycheck. He takes out the money and does what he has to do. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. That's why most boxers are broke. How in the hell does a manager get 33 1/3 when he does nothing? That doesn't make sense. You have all these sanctioning fees on these belts that are not gold. They're brass. You give them credit. They're stylish, and a lot of people held the belt, but it's brass. It's not real.
Those are the words of Micheal Moore. Of course, Micheal Moore was the heavyweight champion of the world. He been in there with some of the best fighters, Evander Holyfield. He has victories over Evander Holyfield. He was upset by George Foreman, making George Foreman one of the oldest heavyweights in boxing history. Now, this was Micheal Moore in an exclusive interview with IFL TV. Shouts out to them. And he breaks it down on why boxers are broke. If all the names that he mentioned, probably the exception of Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, himself, Riddick Bowe, those guys are broke. And he broke down, he did a breakdown of what are the deductions. Okay? Now, that just shows you that boxing is a business that you have to manage your money right, and the one upside to Micheal Moore, yes, he might be broke, but he doesn't sound punch drunk. Okay, he doesn't have that syndrome or those tendencies. He doesn't have those characteristics from what he was high in the interview, as he admitted, but he doesn't sound like he is a guy that had suffered long effects. And even though he was knocked out a couple vicious times by guys, he was training Manny Pacquiao for a while, him and Freddie Roach. And that's really the last I saw of Micheal Moore, right, as a trainer. But it was just interesting to hear him break down the deductions: manager, promoter, trainer, sanctioning fees. And he shed a little light. I mean, they're talking about his gold. It's brass. It's not real. It's one of those things where it's like the belt's not real. It's brass. So you're paying for these sanctioning fees for a belt, right? Sure, it's morally, it means you've beat the guy to become the champion or whatnot. So, but at the end of the day, that's another deduction on top of taxes. So what kind of taxes did you think you're going to pay off the deducted part or the whole thing? The whole thing. Oh, you made $10 million. Okay, you got to pay us $10 million worth of taxes. You got to pay the taxes off the $10 million. It's crazy. And I remember Anthony Joshua was saying, it's he wanted to create something for old boxers or retired boxers that didn't manage their money well. Some type of insurance, like some type of, vested time, so to speak. A lot of people had them, like unions have them, but that's more of, heading towards the direction of getting, boxing official, okay, and just knocking out and avoiding all this other stuff. If boxing was ever going to be like that, Teddy Atlas mentioned that, a dream of his, boxing would be a totally different thing now. It would cut out all these shady, sketchy contracts with promoters, even though fighters are a lot smarter and a lot more business savvy today. It's still a dirty business. It's the sport that I love that I hate so much because of that reason. Okay, so, but I'm glad that Michael Moore was able to break it down, and it sounds very interesting. I'll leave the link below, let you guys check it out, the total video of it, because it's very informative, But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Michael Moore saying that he's broke along with the rest of the people. And we've heard the stories of Mike Tyson and Holyfield, and Holyfield had like child support and all this other stuff. I'm pretty sure Mike had his own deductions on top of the normal deductions that those guys had, But anyway, it's quite interesting. You guys let me know what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.